You very much indeed. And that is today's BBC News at 1. Now on BBC One, it's time to join our colleagues across the nations and the regions for a look at the news where you are. But from me and the team, do have a very good afternoon.
Hello and welcome to Look North. The main news from our region this lunchtime. A 15-year-old boy who died after a stabbing near a school in Leeds is named locally as Alfie Lewis. Plus, we have the details of Kevin Sinfield's new challenge, inspired by Rob Burrow. Good afternoon. Tributes are being paid to a 15-year-old boy who died after a stabbing near a school in Horsforth in Leeds. The teenager has now been named locally as Alfie Lewis. He was attacked yesterday afternoon as children were leaving two nearby schools. Well, the boy, who was a former student at Horsforth School, died in hospital. A teenage boy has been arrested. Olivia Richwald has the latest.
15-year-old Alfie Lewis has been described today by his friends as one of a kind. A lovely, loyal and lovable friend who will be very sadly missed by everyone who knew him. His friends have described him as the heart of Horsforth, and people have been leaving tributes at a bench he liked to sit at in the town. Meanwhile, here on Church Street, police are continuing their inquiries. You might be able to see them just in the distance behind me. Alfie was stabbed at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. Well, earlier today I talked to Maisie and Holly, who were very good friends with Alfie, and this is what they had to say.
He was a beautiful soul. He was always dancing around, laughing, and at any moment you'd see him, pulling a face at you, doing something stupid. He was just all around amazing.
He was messaging me an hour before it happened, and it's just crazy how things can literally just be over in a click. It's just crazy. I never thought you'd ever be Alfie. No. When you see all these young kids and things, you feel sorry for them, but you never realise that it's going to happen until it actually happens to you, and it's the most awfulest feeling ever.
Alfie was stabbed at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so many pupils walking home witnessed what happened and the aftermath, and there is a real deep sense of shock here in the community. He was a former pupil at Horsforth School, a secondary school in the area, and today the head teacher, Dr. Paul Bell, has issued a statement. It said, "Horsforth School is overwhelmed by the kindness and support offered to us following the tragic loss of one of our former students yesterday. Everyone's thoughts and sympathies lie with the boy's family and friends." He added that the tragedy was a rare occurrence and the community would rally together to support one another. Meanwhile, as you can see, police inquiries are continuing. Police have arrested one teenage male.
Thanks, Olivia. Well, earlier I spoke to West Yorkshire's Deputy Mayor for Policing and Crime, and I asked her for her reaction.
Well, it's shock and horror. Once again, a child is dead in West Yorkshire, and no matter what I say, no matter what any of us does, we can never change that fact. That child is gone forever, and at the hands of another child, it appears.
This is the sixth teenager to have been stabbed in West Yorkshire this year. What's going on?
Well, we've spoken about this many times. Young people are frightened. They feel that the only way to keep themselves safe is to carry a knife. But the facts are clear. If you carry a knife, you are 3 times more likely to be a victim. And so carrying a knife is not what will keep you safe. Talking to an adult if you're worried about somebody, talking to your family, getting the help that you need is always the better option. But we're not talking to our young people. None of us is really understanding what's going on in the street. We've undertaken a big piece of research this year with young people. Over 1,000 young people were spoken to in relation to knife crime. And they told us that they're really frightened and that they worry that if they don't carry a knife, that they will be harmed or that one of their friends will be harmed. So we need to work together better with our schools, our youth services, our parents, to really start to address this situation.
And if you're a parent, you'll be feeling really worried today. How can you reassure parents?
This is the 6th child. It's very, very rare. We're hearing about it more and more, but this is rare. And we are one of the best performing, most similar group forces. So in the recent ONS statistics for knife crime, they were going up 4.9% nationally, but in West Yorkshire they were going down 4.3%. We know that that's not going to help the family of this young child today, but what we're doing in West Yorkshire together with our partners means that there are not more victims. But we need to be working together with our partners and with the children that we're here to keep safe, because we're not doing a very good job at the moment.
Alison, thank you very much. Alison Lowe there. In other news, the Labour MP for Bradford East has resigned as a shadow minister. Imran Hussain says it's because of Sir Keir Starmer's refusal to call for a ceasefire in the war between Israel and Hamas. He's the first member of Labour's front bench to step down over the issue. In response, Labour is calling for humanitarian pauses in the fighting. Now, more than half of patients being treated in hospitals across Yorkshire and the North East are not being discharged, despite being well enough to leave. Figures released by the BBC reveal bed blocking is rising. Doncaster's NHS Trust has the highest amount of bed blocking in our region, followed by the hospital trust that covers York and Scarborough, and then Leeds. Well, the Department for Health and Social Care says £1.6 billion is being spent to ensure patients are discharged safely from hospital as soon as they are medically fit to do so. Right, now then, Rugby League star Kevin Sinfield has announced plans for another challenge. It's to support people affected by motor neurone disease. Kevin has, of course, raised millions for MND charities since his best friend Rob was diagnosed in 2019. His new challenge will see him running an ultramarathon every day for 7 days in 7 cities in December. Rob Burrow had this to say about it.
He always looked after us, and here he is now still looking after us all. He doesn't like fuss, and he won't like me saying it, but he puts his body on the line every time he steps up to start a challenge. He could give James Bond a run for his money, and he always has a cheeky message for me when I see him. You will see him say a few words in my ear, and those words are normally funny or not repeatable.
Oh, well, good luck to Kevin with that. Right, it's time to get the weather now. Here's Paul. How's it looking?
A bit better this afternoon, thankfully. We had quite a bit of rain this morning. It was fairly patchy, but nevertheless, it's been miserable. But we are now seeing the back edge coming through from the west. So, an improvement, brighter. Eventually, we'll see some sunshine in all parts. And then low pressure in charge for Thursday. Sunshine and showers, most of the showers in the west. I think for Friday, the distributions towards the coast. As for the weekend, it does look as though Saturday will be the best day. All of us dry and cold, but with plenty of sunshine. This next weather system is currently timed to come across us during the second half of Sunday. Before that happens, there could be quite a bit of mist and fog on Sunday morning, and then we'll see some rain spreading up from the southwest. There's the rain that came across us this morning, but the back edge is now well through us. We've got a few trailing showers across parts of South Yorkshire at the moment, but they will fizzle, and then we'll see increasingly bright skies. There should be some sunshine in most parts of the region, and we will see top temperatures around 11 or 12 degrees Celsius. Now, this evening should be mostly fine. Overnight, though, we will see showers pushing in from the west. There could be 1 or 2 heavy ones across the peninsula. Quite a showery night to come in many areas, although they'll become confined to the Pennines again towards the end of the night with temperatures down to 4 or 5. So tomorrow then, a bright start, plenty of sunshine in eastern areas. There's always a risk of a few showers in the west, and I think as the day wears on, these showers will make some eastward progress. But the best of the weather tomorrow will always be towards the coast with temperatures around 10 degrees. That's the forecast.
Thanks very much, Paul. Well, we'll have more from Kevin Sinfield and Rob Burrow tonight at 6:30, so do join us then. Bye-bye.